All right. Hello. Hello, hello. Sorry about the delay. Um, had to make some grilled cheese. Very important. I required sustenance, so now I have my food right here. And yes. Uh, all right. Let me just quickly do some audio checks, and then we can go and talk about last week. So let me see. All right. So just came from from watching Vera, like the Finnish elf artist. Can't believe I didn't actually find her earlier, but you know, it is what it is. Still, very nice energy. So, let's see. Let us see. the things we did. I don't think there's a whole lot to say about these like terrible gesture drawings, since I talked about them after the fact anyway. Right. I just decided on doing, instead of doing 61-minute poses, I thought I'd go in, since this is what I'm currently producing, you know, when I'm starting out, these partial gesture drawings, which isn't very helpful. I figured we could do 31-minute drawings like this, you know? So 1 minute each pose. What the hell is this? Sorry about that. I might have actually just blown out ears. Yes, 31-minute gesture poses and then correcting them afterwards. So 1 minute for drawing it, for capturing the forms, 1 minute for correcting it. And I want to make this like as clean cut as possible. So yes, we'll try that today, see how well it works. I would just encourage you to not, when you find out, when you find a new sort of method or a new kind of routine to follow to improve in art, you know, whatever that may be, might be like this, you know, drawing timed gestures, might be, I don't know, drawing 250 boxes or something, you know. Try to adapt these methods to your skill level, like I'm doing here, right? I could, of course, go in and just brute force the 60-minute or the 61-minute drawings here and have a lot of them, the vast majority, I would think, look like dog shit. Or I could go in and correct them after drawing them, you know, after drawing each one, going in and correcting them. I would probably even go so far as, instead of just so far as, I would even do this. Let me show you what I mean. When I'm correcting this, I would probably also do a different color altogether to make sure it's visible what I corrected. You know? I think that might help. So in this case, perhaps... wait, what even is this pose supposed to be doing? I'm a bit confused. Oh well, anyway. Let's just say it's some sort of edge sitting, like edge sitting? Oh, yeah, kind of sound weird. You know, character sitting on the edge of a building or something, dangling their legs. Maybe it's that kind of pose, I don't remember. Anyway, I'll probably pick a easy to see color here. I think I might actually have a color. What the hell is this? No. This one maybe a blue. A darker blue. Yes, probably use this darker blue color to then go in and correct them. What I just wanted to actually hammer home, make sure you take along on your journey, is that you don't have to force yourself to rigidly, you know, stick to a specific regimen in a way. Or if you choose a method to improve yourself, right? be aware enough to know whether that method helps you. But it's kind of difficult to figure that one out, right? If you're just starting out, you don't know anything, right? You have no clue what you're even doing. Which, hello, welcome. That's what I'm doing too. I don't know what the fuck I am doing. um, so it's always like this balancing act. Since you don't know where you're going and what you're supposed to be doing, how could you figure out what you then in turn shouldn't be doing or shouldn't focus on too much? The issue is just, you know, you can either try a lot of different methods and see which one works, or I don't know, not improve, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yes. It's hard to explain this. I guess in a way, just make sure you keep a healthy amount of distrust towards anyone who is telling you this is the method to improve. You know, just don't weigh it up in gold. You know, try it. That's what I would encourage you to. Whenever you find something interesting to you, you know, a method of improving, a way of shading, a way of picking colors, whatever it might end up being, you know, try it, see for yourself. Yes, anyway, let's move on here. So this was actually, there's more in practice week 11 to look at, right? I still don't know this guy's name. Yeah, no, still don't know his name. Damn, sorry. I just had to take a bite out of my grilled cheese. So, this was more so an attempt at blocking in from reference, just the colors and shapes. I think it went okay-ish. If I had the reference with me, let me see. Okay, there it is. You can tell there's a few significant issues here. Like the volume of the left arm here isn't quite right. The pens here don't quite work on the left, on his right side or whatever. The arm doesn't quite render as well, or the forms at least I haven't described well enough. I think the flat color or colors I picked, I'm not sure if they work or not. I'd have to try and render this out and see, but I don't think I've ever actually rendered anything particularly well. But we'll try. I like this artist, Hosure, probably Japanese. I think I looked at the Twitter. Let me see. Hosure. Let's see if I can find anything. Maybe Hosure art? Probably. I don't know though. No, I haven't actually looked at this artist's Twitter. Must have been someone else, because I recently checked up on some reference I used. Wanted to see what other artwork they put out. Hmm. Damn. Animations for League of Legends. Okay. Maybe it's the guy. I can't quite tell from what I'm seeing here right now. But I might be on the lookout for more of this. More of this art. This is very, very nice. Not quite sure what this white is doing here, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I just want to figure out a way for myself to structure my paintings or drawings in general, so I'm blocking in the shapes better and faster. Because usually when I'm painting, it just takes ages to get anything done. And I think that's mostly because I'm not structuring my approach properly, you know? So that's also what I'm trying to be aware of when I'm painting. I think that's all I wanted to say about this. Yes, this is also something I drew. Yeah, you know, you can tell this is qualitatively very different from these two. Just a line art. Kind of a weird thing happens when I'm looking at reference. Because sometimes the reference is, I don't know, just right, I guess, for me to subconsciously adopt a different, like, line art or line weight, you know? It's kind of interesting to observe, but I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, this was a drawing from a manga I read at some point. Not, you know, not the greatest of them all out there. But I think it's the level 9999 gacha something something. So it's like a character, like a boy, I think, a small boy or something, being like exiled from the hero's party down in the deepest part of the deepest dungeon in the entire world, and he's betrayed and actually almost killed by them, and then flees, and then discovers that his trash gacha skill is actually extremely good. It just depends on the mana density of where he is, and obviously the deepest, darkest, baddest dungeon. I guess I could have just stopped at darkest dungeon, but it's name drop. Turns out has the highest mana density in the entire world. So he managed to save himself from a beast that was about to kill him after he was teleported away. And you know, first chapter. That's where this art is from. I think this is the first character he managed to summon, and she just completely obliterates this like wolf Kerberos hellhound type monster. Yeah. Not quite sure why I went into so much detail with this, but yes. I just wanted to say that this sketch feels very different from these here. Because these I just did from imagination, you could say. Or rather, it is exactly what I did. I didn't look at anything. I just felt like drawing something, and this is what came out. You know, whatever. I really like this blonde, like, I'm still not sure what she's supposed to be doing, but kind of like a nun, I guess. I wasn't quite sure what to do with her hair, so I guess I just drew her a cape or something. Yes, liked her a lot until I drew this. This is kind of reminds me of what's the word? Not the word. The series. It's about mechs, and it's about aliens that have invaded the Earth. And what's very common in this show is that the first episode introduces characters that get brutally murdered. Um, I think the aliens are called beta or something. I'm not quite sure anymore. It has a funny name, something with H, I believe. Can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, no, can't put my finger on it. I've watched quite a few of these animes, I think. Yes, but this outfit reminds me of these of the female pilots a lot. Um, yes, also kind of reminds me of Neon Genesis. So yeah, I really like the design, the very minimalist design, I guess. Right, then I did this car. That was kind of painful actually, drawing this, and I didn't fix it. There's still a lot of issues that I see with this, but it's okay enough to represent the car. I guess it's just really not at all looking like the reference. But I really just don't know how to break apart cars to draw them. So that's something I want to look into. So let me write that down actually. Week 11 review. Learn to construct or learn to, yeah, let's just go with construct. Construct / abstract vehicles. Just some core principles, how to approach it. I mean, I get the idea. It's not that different from any other branch of drawing, I guess. You're still just trying to simplify, but I don't have any landmarks. I guess that's what I'm actually lamenting here. So let me write that down. Find landmarks. To orient. Orient? Orient yourself. I guess that's English. Could be. Could not be. I don't quite know. Anyway. Yeah. I just have a lot of issues in perspective in general, I guess. Like if it's like formalized. And what I mean by this is if I start doing a grid or anything, a perspective grid, I mean, I tend to just fuck up for some reason. I don't know. Don't know why. It is what it is. Alright. I'll just quickly eat my grilled cheese before it's like completely cold. And I'll likely move into doing my gesture drawings. Yes. Well, anyway, I'll be right back. All right, so let me sit down for a little bit here. So let's see. Anything else I want to talk about? Maybe a little bit about the landscape. Ice. What? I don't have a structured approach to this. Let me see if I can find the reference. Sorry. It just escaped me. So let's see. There it is. Reference image. All right. So this was the reference here, and I just don't know what to focus on or how to start really with this. So I just tried to throw in some of the outlines of the mountains, and I've tried to not draw them continuously, even though you see them here as like a continuous line in a way, you know. But yeah, I just figured that wouldn't look all that good, and yes, then I just immediately went to this kind of dog shit shading, actually cross hatching, I guess you could say, to try and give the illusion of some 3D form here. I don't know. I kind of succeeded, kind of didn't. I feel like it is what it is. I'll have to look into it a bit more, I think. See what other people are doing to get this stuff right. Hopefully I can find someone specifically that focuses only on doing landscapes or mostly landscapes. So probably have to look for some concept artists. We'll see. Because they usually have this stuff very well learned. Is that English? I think so. Yes. And I'm just, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna see if I can find some insight, some perspective that I haven't thought about, you know. So just in art in general, I guess. Yeah, in art, it's very important that you don't start sniffing your own farts, especially when you're starting out. So don't worry about not knowing something. It's perfectly fine. Um, it's why this is like, I think art is very much like the storytelling of the old times, I guess, before the internet and convenient capturing mediums like photographs existed. So we're talking about what, 1800. Wait, when was the no, earlier than that, because even just the printing press, so like prior to 60, 14, when did the printing press come out? Printing press 1440. Okay, 1440. Johannes Gutenberg. So prior to the 1400s, I guess, that kind of had something a bit closer to modern day in mind when I said this. But this is like a hereditary skill in a way. Drawing, I mean. Because it's just so much information that you can either choose to spend your entire life to figure out everything on your own, which may or may not have benefits. I don't know right now. I think I wrote this down at some point, actually. We talked about this before. Or you just go ahead and learn from other people, whose masters have learned from other people, whose masters again have learned from other people, so on and so forth, till the beginning of human civilization, really. Yes. Just meant to say you shouldn't be fearful of using reference or listening to some other artist you consider more skillful than yourself. So, yes. If I remember correctly, this was this girl here, and I was trying to draw. Not very well, but it was fine. It was okay. Shit happens. I just went with it at some point, and so what it turned out as, sorry. Not unhappy with it. Actually like the fact that I didn't copy it too closely. I just don't really like the art style itself that much, so yes. Probably have to do a lot more research in a way. Figure out what other people do, especially the artists that I like watching. So, yes. Then, of course, the dreaded ERB fan art. And honestly, I think I actually made some progress here compared to what I used to be doing. So this was the first sketch, and the issue is with this that I didn't block in anything. So I changed the entire pose. Yeah, I changed the entire pose, I think 4 times now, till I came up with this. Yes. Not too certain what she's doing with the sword. The perspective is a bit weird on this. Yeah, I should have tried and figured this one out beforehand, but I was kind of frustrated when I drew this, because I did this all over again once more. I'm getting kind of tired of this. So I definitely have to come up with a method of composing the entire image in a way before I start laying down lines. And I mean, it's so self-evident, right? But you just don't think about it sometimes, about these approaches, you know? Or you don't apply them in a more broad sense, at least for me, you know? And Vera's stream, the Finnish elf girl I talked about earlier, is actually doing this, you know, because she's a very good artist, very nice drawings, and I just never apparently came up or warmed up to the idea of just figuring out the composition with, say, a large round brush, you know, first, before I go in and do this kind of intricate detail stuff, you know, trying to see. I mean, it's kind of like thumbnailing in a way, or rather, it is exactly that, but I guess I was just missing the volume. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do this for ERB's fan art attempt number 525. Okay, it's not here. Don't think I will find it right now. Oh well. It is what it is. Certainly not in week 2. Practice week 11. Alright, well, anyway. I want to draw now. So I'm going to mute. Turn up my music. And then we'll keep going. Probably going to be gesture drawings. I didn't... sorry. I didn't look for any new reference. So I'm going to be drawing all of this stuff again for the 3rd time now. Which, not the best idea, I don't think, but, you know, we work with what we have. So let me just open up practice week 12. A3 portrait. Yeah, should be fine. Let me save it. What? Projects are drawings, critter, training, dailies. All right. Practice week 12. KRA. So, should be fine. All right. I'll probably see you at the end again, or if I have something important to say. Otherwise, you'll see what I do anyway. All right. Hope you have fun while you're drawing. I just found, for me personally, I need the silence. I need the quiet from my own voice, you know, from my own thoughts. I need the quiet. I need to not talk when I'm drawing, to actually focus properly, you know. I mean, I can do it, obviously, but yeah, sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired. I'm just not feeling like talking a lot recently, so it is what it is. All right, let me set it all up, and then we'll see. We'll see how far we go. My English is kind of weird today. All right. So, just wanted to talk a little bit about the mess I made here. It kind of worked out, the half and half. So like 1 minute pose, 1 minute correction. Though, yeah, I don't know. Certainly would need some more training. But yes, some more learning. Number 12 was the suit guy again. That I don't know. Maybe I should just try and break down a suit. I don't know. I'm trying to capture the underlying forms, but then I'm in between doing that, or while I'm doing that rather, I'm like thinking to myself, wait, no, but I have to do something with the suit. And I try to draw the entire suit, and I'm just, making it worse. Yeah. Number 15 didn't work this well today. I don't know. Don't know why. Don't remember what happened. I think. Oh right, I tried to focus on the face and the head, and then I erased all of it. Sometimes I'm just incredibly stupid. Right, number 17 was I had an issue with the right leg here, because it's actually supposed to be covering most of her left hand, which in the original red sketch here, that wouldn't have happened. So, had to readjust. Though I do have to say, I'm kind of feeling like I'm understanding, so my understanding of form, or volume rather, is advancing a little bit here. Because I have to focus so hard on quickly conveying the most important information, I also have to figure out a way to more convincingly provide you with an explanation of volume here, or a representation rather, And as I summarized in a different stream, a lot of it depends on the, how do I say this? I think I called them contour lines, but I don't necessarily mean going around the volume and doing this kind of stuff everywhere, or or drawing through it even. I also mean the beginning and the end of these forms. Say this is an arm, right? Cone shape, upper arm or whatever. And this is supposed to be like a lower arm, right? Or maybe it's a leg. I don't know. It's a bit weird. So what I'm mostly referring to when I say contour lines is the lines at the beginning and the end of a form, sort of dictating what this form is doing, where it's going, and how much volume it has. I don't know if that explanation makes sense. But yes, I also mean the initial like I don't know, contour lines, I guess. Again, at the beginning and the end of the forms, they seem to make a big difference, you know? Because I noticed when I was drawing these gestures here, there were some instances where I messed up these lines, these endpoints, these anchor points in a way. I think here was an instance, number 23. 24 was also pretty difficult. 25 was absolutely horrendous. I don't even want to look at it anymore. I think an earlier drawing where I just couldn't get the shoulder right or something. Because I would try and start off. Right, that was when I was correcting. Right, it was when I was correcting with the blue color here. But I had a initial line drawn with the red color that ended up being incorrect for the volume I wanted to represent. And so I just couldn't make the arm look right. I don't quite find the sketch now. But yes. So, as I said yesterday, there's a lot of pounding out of impurities going on, like you would with a kiln or a furnace, you know, when blacksmithing. So I don't know for how long I'm gonna do this. For today, I'm pretty much done. I don't know. Took me 2.5 hours again. No, not really. 1.5 hours actually. Wait. Let me think. 1 hour. 1 hour and 20 odd minutes, something along those lines, to do this, which is certainly an improvement from 3 hours that it took me yesterday to do 25 of these for some odd reason. I don't know. Must have taken a lot more breaks then, but don't quite know. Anyway, as you can see, I couldn't correct everything that I wanted to because I still don't really have a solid basis from which to construct something like this, you know, this kind of form. And perhaps this is the time when I should focus on creating this sort of armature for drawing figure drawings, you know. Perhaps that would be an what's the word, a necessity, let's just say. Perhaps that's a prerequisite of what I am trying to do here with these gestures. I don't know though. I just kind of, yeah, I just want to understand how some people, some artists, do these like really like flowy lines to describe forms. I can't wrap my head around it, you know. So they do this like, I'm sure you've seen it before. They do these like super flowy lines to describe legs or arms or whatever. I wonder what that approach method teaches you, you know? What it's used for to learn. What it's used to learn? What it's used for to learn? Whatever. Yes. Might read into this today, but I'm, you know, my ear's starting to hurt really bad, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna lie down and or do some stretches. We see. I don't know why I have so much ear pain all of a sudden, but I'd have to go to the doctor. The doctor. Well, anyway, I hope you learned something. Yes, as I said, I kind of feel like I'm teaching myself to make use of volumes a bit better. And if I don't stray too much from Kay's art style, I'm even starting to boil down to... Wait, let me rephrase this. If I don't forget to focus on a specific art style I want to achieve, you know, then I'm also improving on that heavily, since I have to, you know, represent forms just that quickly and that repetitively, so over and over again. But it does happen that I just, you know, say sketch, what's it? Sketch number 8 is pretty close or decent enough, you know, to this sort of art style. To Kay's art style in a way, where I'm not unhappy with the final sketch, in a way, the final gesture here. But then you look at number 9 and how I drew that one. It's almost like I immediately forgot what I was doing. Number 10 was even worse. And then I kind of recovered on number 11 again. You know, with some of these... how do I say this? Yes. Can't quite find the word. Anchor points, I guess, in the type of art style that Kay is using. So how he does his elbows, how he does his legs, that kind of deal, you know? I started to remember this again. I don't know why I'm so flaky on this. Yeah. Oh well. Number 13 was okay-ish again. Alright, I'm gonna go now though. I'm gonna leave you right here. So, please... Sorry, just ripped out my headset. Alright, as I was saying, take care of yourselves. Hope you had fun, learned something, or, you know, achieved whatever goal you wanted to while watching this. Gonna go now. And yes, I'll probably see you next time.